Today we are going to discuss about the mindful meditation. This is the meditation which is well known, well received, and widely practiced in all the walks of life. Before we learn about mindful meditation, we should also know that this is very simple technique of meditation. It can be practiced anytime, 24 hours and 7 days, even in the state of rest. So let me explain what is mindful meditation, what are the main objectives of mindful meditation, and what are the main dimensions of mindful meditation or the ways to practice mindful meditation. All these things we will learn in today's discussion. Mindful meditation is regarded as the key to success. We cannot get success in any endeavor, in any effort, until our mind is concentrated. So mindful meditation is a kind of minimal concentration which is required to make an action fruitful, result-oriented, qualitative, and also relaxing. Now you would see that what are the objectives behind this practice. If somebody wants to be attentive to and aware of one's own actions, emotions, and self, he should learn mindful meditation. If somebody wants to overcome the problem of fickleness of mind, which is very common from child to old age person, then he has to learn this mindful meditation. If somebody wants to be in less stress and more productive, for that also, he should learn mindful meditation. If we want to reduce suffering, ill will, fear, anxiety, restlessness, etc., in spite of being involved in various activities of our day-to-day life, then also we need to learn mindful meditation. If we want to be successful in all our endeavors, we should learn mindful meditation. And ultimately, if we want to be in meditation all the times and want to be free from the karmic bondage, even in the moments of performing some act, this mindful meditation is very, very useful. Now we would see that mindful meditation is well-known practice of Buddhism. According to Buddhism, to be diligently aware of the activities of body, sensations, feelings, ideas, and thoughts is mindful meditation. So we have learned that whatever is going on in us or whatever we are doing, if we are aware of all those things, then we are in mindful meditation or in the state of mindfulness. In Jainism, mindful meditation is also practiced, especially in Praksha meditation. We find 5 types of prerequisites, preconditions for a meditator. And among the 5 prerequisites, the first one is Bhaavkriya. Bhaavkriya means action with consciousness. So this first principle is very much important for the meditator or for the practitioner of any kind of meditation. Mindfulness is to be in the present moment. This is the uniqueness of this meditation, especially, and all the meditations in general. That whenever we do any kind of meditation, we are always in the present moment. And this mindful meditation inspires us to be in the present moment more and more. Why? Because life is only in the present moment. The past is already gone, the future is going to come or absent in the given moment. So it is only the present in which we are live and doing something, or we can get something. So it is necessary for us to be in the present rather than to be in the past or in the future. It is to be diligently aware of the activities of body, sensations, feelings, ideas, thoughts, karma, and self. So, according to Jainism, there are some deeper levels of our existence which are known as karma or self or soul, eternal soul. We should be aware of all those deeper aspects of our existence along with the all activities of body, sensations, feelings, ideas, and thoughts. It is a round the clock practice of meditation. It is pause with movement. So we will see that how mindfulness is a kind of round the clock practice. And it is a pause with movement. Whenever we are doing something, we are not just acting, but we are also in rest, or we can say in peace, or without feeling any kind of tiredness or fatigue. So this is the what mindful meditation, and we should learn this meditation for our quality of life of day to day. Now we will see that secret of success lies in mindful meditation, and unmindfulness causes failure in our life. It is the union of action and consciousness which leads to success. And mindfulness is the practice which unite our action with consciousness or consciousness with our action. And that's why it is a key to success. Contrary to it, disunion of action and consciousness leads to delusion and to complete absence of effort, independence, receptivity, and cause of failure. So we can see that when our mind and our body work in two different directions, then we get failure instead of success. Success always accompanies vitality. Without vitality, there can be no success. It is consciousness which makes an action vital. This is the reason why the mummies of Egyptian kings and the uninstalled idol have no meaning. They are just to display or to show, but they have nothing to do with our success or with our, we can say, action or any kind of results which we are looking from them. Now we see that what is unmindfulness and what is mindfulness. Though we have already discussed that when mind and action or body and mind work into different direction, then it is mindfulness and mindfulness. And when both are working in union with each other or in one direction, then it is mindfulness. So this is what is discussed here. There are two most significant words which appear in the Jain scriptures. One is called a dravya and the other one is called a bhava. So dravya means to do something unconsciously, absent-mindedly, or mechanically. So this dravya state of our mind is a kind of unmindfulness. When consciousness and action move in different directions, we have this state of unmindfulness. Contrary to it, the bhava state, in which one does something with full concentration or consciousness, is mindfulness. When consciousness and action are indivisibly merged into one another and move in one direction or integrate with each other, then this mindfulness comes into action. So this is what we have understood, that unmindfulness and mindfulness are two different states of our mind, and we have to learn how we can be more mindful rather than unmindful. Fickleness is a very common problem of all of us. Our mind cannot concentrate on one object for a longer period. Nowadays, we are finding that the people have very short span of concentration. They cannot concentrate on an object for even a single minute sometimes. So this kind of fickleness creates so many mental tensions, pressures, strain, or stress. How we can come out of it? Fickleness is always accompanied by four things: suffering, ill will, traveling, and shallow respiration. The greater the restlessness, the greater the feeling of pain. And this can be seen whenever we have some pain, and if our mind is not stable, in that state, we feel more pain than what it is. The greater the fickleness, the greater the ill will or degree of dissatisfaction. If our mind is fickle, we are not satisfied with what we are having or what we are doing. We are always dissatisfied with all whatever we have or whatever we do. The greater the stillness, the greater the inner peace. So if we have stillness, automatically we have greater inner peace. So restlessness causes unrest, while stillness causes peace. The greater the restlessness, the faster the movement of breath. So if mind is not in the rest or in peace, our breath also becomes very shallow, very fast. And that also causes aggressiveness, impulsiveness, and also unrest of mind. So these are three main dimensions or three ways to practice mindful meditation: to be awake forever, to live in the present, to act consciously. These are the three main dimensions or three ways of practicing mindful meditation. Let me explain each of the dimensions one by one. The first is wakefulness. One important maxim of life is wakefulness. It is the great secret of success. A little negligence and the problem gets complicated. As we are perceiving or we have seen during the COVID-19, if we could have been aware of COVID in the very beginning, might be we could save so many innocent lives or immature lives which have gone because of the COVID-19. So this is what we can see, that if we are not aware of situations, coming situations, or about its adverse effect, we do not take action on time and become the subject to such kind of adversities. and problems and issues. Living in the present is another way of practicing mindful meditation. The practice of living in the present is essential for success in all fields. A man hardly knows how to live in the present. He either lives in the past or in the future rather than in the present. The man who learns to live in the present does not get involved unnecessarily with the past and the future. He becomes still clear of inessential memory and imagination. He can easily overcome the problems of the past events and also the anxieties, insecurity of the future. Happiness, peace, and joy all are in present, but we are overlooking the present and trying to remain about in the past and the future. So this is the reason that we are finding some kind of a stress in our mind or some kind of anxiety in us. Future is future, and it may bring some new options for us. Instead of being worried or insecure or having any kind of anxiety regarding the future, we have to be very much hopeful and look always forward for something positive. Now we would see that this is the third dimension of mindful practice, and which is action with consciousness. It is the state of mind in which one does everything with full concentration or awareness. For example, when one is eating, one must know that he is eating, taking food. Then his action of taking food becomes a meditation or yoga. Acharya of Ayurveda, who was the great, what we say, expert of Ayurveda, that is the Indian medicinal science. And the name of the Acharya was Charak. He has also said while taking food, put your whole mind into it. If mind is somewhere else when we are eating, then we are eating, but we don't know how much we have to eat and what we are eating. So it is necessary that our mind should be fully concentrated on the action of the given moment rather than thinking of something else. And we can get very good results of this kind of concentration and can see that how we are doing something very fruitful, meaningful, and getting full results of them. When the conscious mind is kept aligned with the function of the voluntary nervous system, the body functions automatically, properly, and efficiently. This is another benefit, physiological benefit, that when we are conscious, our mind is alert about our own bodily functions, then the bodily functions become automatic, proper, and efficient or normal. So these kind of benefits we can get if we are having full concentration or awareness of our own activities and functions. Now we would see that this mindful meditation is a kind of effortless meditation. You need not to sit at some place for the time, for particular time for this kind of meditation, but you can do meditation when you are performing some act, you are engaged in your job or at your workplace, or even you are sleeping. Though it is a very great question or big question before all of us, that how can 1 hour meditation with full concentration influence the remaining 23 hours? But it happens when we practice meditation for 1 hour with full concentration, then automatically it will control the other 23 hours in which we are engaged in some or other activities, or we are taking sometimes sleep and rest. Instead of that, this mindful meditation has great impact in all our activities or on all our actions. Meditation is of 2 kinds. One time bound, the other is free and unbound. So mindful meditation comes under the second category, which is free and unbound. It means you need not to sit at one place for particular time to practice this meditation. You can do this meditation while you are engaged in some activities. To sit in a meditation for half an hour or 1 hour is a special exercise that is also very much needed to learn how to concentrate our mind on one object for a longer period. But it is not necessary that you should do this kind of meditation all the times. If you are not having or time or you are not free, you can practice this mindful meditation, which is free and unbound. Need not to practice in a particular position. To be in meditation all the times is really a mindful meditation, and it is perpetual meditation. In this meditation, fickleness will never become a problem. So if we are performing any act with full concentration or awareness or consciously, then automatically the fickleness of mind goes away. It never becomes a problem to us. There is a pause in every moment. Each exercise is followed by relaxation, work, and rest go together. So as I have already said, that this is a meditation which is having rest in between the work. It means work and rest both go together. You are working, instead of that, you are not feeling any kind of tiredness or fatigue when you are doing that thing with full consciousness. Concentration is necessary for ending restlessness. Studies have shown that mindful meditation results in less stress and reduces symptoms of fear, anxiety, and restlessness. So these are the very much important things or factors or results of mindful meditation. And it has shown that this meditation is a kind of effortless meditation. It is an unbound meditation. You are free to practice it anywhere or everywhere. Mindful meditation, intense meditation, and religion, all these are closely connected with each other. Acharya Haribhadra, who was the great sage of 9th century of Common Era, has written that the whole business of religion is yoga. It means whenever we are practicing any religious things, our mind should be fully concentrated. Otherwise, we cannot get the result of that action in the way we were expecting. It is a round the clock practice of meditation. Mindfulness means the union of the mind with the action of the moment. We find it difficult to affect this union. We do something or other, but our mind is always wandering somewhere. So while counting the beats, we keep thinking of the breakfast. So this is our state of mind, if we can concentrate our mind on the action which we are doing in the given moment, then automatically we are in the state of mindfulness. The breach between mind and the body constitutes a religion, and this is the opposite of samadhi, which is intense or deep meditation. It is a kind of restlessness. So we have seen that how religion, mindful meditation, and this intense meditation are completely connected with each other. And without mindfulness, we cannot go into intense meditation or we cannot perform any religious act in a proper way with good results or with profound results. So this is what we have understood, that mindful meditation is not only the useful in our day-to-day life to increase the working efficiency, to make us free from tensions, worries, but it is also very useful to get the 100% results of our religious practices or spiritual practices. And also, we can say that it is a practice which is useful in our own different fields or walks of life. So, in conclusion, I can say that mindful action is only the vital action, and the action with which consciousness is aligned is vital action, whereas an action which is not aligned with consciousness grows effect. So if we want to get success in our action or in any endeavor or even in any kind of meditation, we are bound to learn about this mindful meditation, how our mind can be concentrated or conscious of the act being performed in the given moment. With this, I conclude my talk. And if somebody has any question, they can ask. Thank you very much for listening.